Hey, what's up with y'all, man? It's your boy D-Food, aka Mrs., aka Sexy Chocolate, and I'm reacting to another video for the team, man. And today, man, we react to Crypt, man. I ain't never react to Crypt, man. Glad somebody actually coming this down below, man. Everything wrong with Nick Cannon's Invitation Council. So he gonna be pointing out everything wrong with this, man. It's really trash, it's really boo-boo. Enough of that talking, man. Let's get to start the screen recorder, y'all. There we go.
Invitations canceled.
A third diss track response, despite there not being a diss track to respond to. I feel like Nick is just trying to find a sneaky way to get Eminem to sing one of Mariah Carey's songs without him actually wanting to.
Oh, nah.
1 minute and 54 seconds of Nick Cannon playing clips of Eminem dissing him and Mariah in various songs, accompanied by Dr. Dre's voice saying, "Here's what they think about you," a whopping 27 times!
Remember what Ice Cube said? Oh yeah, it ain't over, motherfucker.
Nick copies the intro to Ice Cube's No Vaseline, hoping that if he uses the same formula, his diss will have the same impact. But he's wrong. Very, very wrong.
Heard my boy Crypt said, man. Very, very wrong. I don't know what he was doing, bro. What he was thinking when he was coming in like that, bro. Oh my God. This whole thing is just sad, Nick. It's sad, bro. This video it's 10 minutes.
Nick changes the pitch of Eminem's voice to avoid copyright issues, yet he copyright claimed my video on his song when I did the exact same thing to avoid copyright issues. So 5 cents, fuck you. Nick has officially run out of ideas to diss Eminem on, so he pulls the race card and tries way too hard at it. Black power fists in the background? Check. Sporting a sweatshirt of a historically all-black college? Check. Theoretical book about how white people are naturally supremacists and subconsciously hate black people due to their genetically inferior DNA? Check. I understand race is an easy approach.
See, man, your boy Crypt gonna point out everything. I did not even notice that in the video because I was just focused on how trash the diss track was. I did not focus on all that in the video, man. Then this man really, bro, you should just stay rich, Nick, and just stay laying low, bro.
To take in a diss battle when it's two different races, but Eminem of all people, has he seen his entourage? Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Royce the 5'9", Crooked I, Jay-Z, Proof, all of D12. I'm pretty sure Eminem is more respected in the black community than Nick Cannon ever will. Nick then smirkingly flashes this page from the ISIS papers. The book itself is a very pro-black movement that equates white skin as an albino deformity of black skin, but on this page specifically, it shows symbols of male genitalia and a gun, and in this book, the author talks about how white people subconsciously use guns as symbols to make up for their smaller penises in comparison to black penises. It's a cool idea and all, and almost a really good diss, but this is a theoretical, opinionated book that has several holes in its plot. It says some pretty outlandish things about white people and their subconscious and how people of color can't be racist, and changes the term of racism completely from the scientific definition. It's a very one-sided argument book that fits in Nick's narrative perfectly. It would be like Eminem responding holding a book that talks about how black people are subconsciously doing something in reference to white people because that's the author's specific belief system. It's a very interesting read though, but it shows how Nick is trying way too hard to make this a race issue. Fuck, that was way too nerdy for this video.
He been disrespecting our queens for years.
Gigolo is literally about fucking as many women as possible, where you repeatedly call them hoes multiple times throughout the song.
Matter of fact,
That's crazy, man. That's crazy right there, man. That's crazy, man. Nick, you getting exposed, bro. And you trying to copyright my man Crypt, bro. I just know Crypt funny, bro. I don't even know him, bro. I know he funny though. That's all I know.
you tell him how you really feel, Marshall.
Black girls are bitches. Black girls are dumb.
Nick Cannon plays a clip from Eminem's 1988 song Foolish Pride in attempts to paint an Eminem is racist narrative, despite Ray Benzano doing this exact same thing in 2000.
This year, that slippery Saint Nick won't expect.
I'm
finally catching Santa Claus tonight.
Save $300 on a Google Pixel 4 phone and get another Pixel 4, plus a Nest Hub for free.
2003!
Eminem claimed he had made the tape out of anger, stupidity, and frustration after breaking up with an African-American girlfriend. Although the scandalous nature of Eminem's lyrics have given Benzino and the Source a newfound support for their claims, perhaps the biggest revelation of the press conference was how bad Eminem was just 10 years ago, and how much he's improved since.
And we all saw how that ended for Ray Benzino.
If you was really selling coke with it, what the fuck you stop for, dummy? If you slew some crack, you'd make a lot more money than you do from rap.
I love how Nick thinks he just dropped a bombshell on the whole world when this song has literally been available to the public for over 16 years. If anything, as shitty as it is, he made the song more catchy because the original song sucks, but he made this something you could bounce to. What are you doing, man? Eminem was 15 at the time of recording this song and had just been dumped by his African-American girlfriend. Granted, what Eminem said is horrific. Here's a clip of Crooked Eye talking about the situation if he was in the same shoes.
I mean, when I heard what M said, I was like, you know what? He's just pissed. If I was fucking a white bitch at the time and she pissed me off, I'd be like, you fucking white bitch. That's just what I'm gonna do. He was like, yo, this black bitch, whoop. It's like, yo. He was pissed. He was in a fucking relationship with somebody, and we say things when we're pissed off. We might not agree with ourselves the next day, but guess what? We say things when we're pissed off. And us as musicians, we go into the booth and we spew what's on our minds. And I think the public don't give us an opportunity to change our minds.
Also, can we talk about how fucking hypocritical it is?
That's so true, bro. My boy is 15. In anger, said something he probably ain't mean to say. Boom, they ran with it. Boom, boom, boom. They just, bro, everybody say something out of anger they don't mean. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Is that Nick Cannon's bringing up something that happened over 30 years ago, and he's using it as a diss, but when it came to Kevin Hart tweeting out some really fucked up shit like 10 years ago, he jumped straight to his defense on Twitter and argued with everyone.
What? Black girls are bitches. Black girls are bitches.
Why can't Nick Cannon's rap voice sound like his ad-libs right here? They're clear, they have bass to them, but when he starts to rap, it sounds like he's whispering again. What the fuck?
We let you be a guest in this house, but now you cancel.
Hey, more race baiting and Nick Cannon using somebody else's insults to insult Eminem. Get used to that. In all seriousness, Nick clearly knew this comment would get under Eminem's skin only because of the Lord Jamar interviews. Also, Nick claims Eminem is merely a guest in the house of hip-hop, whilst Nick himself isn't even a neighbor on the same block. Also, Nick Cannon goes back to his normal ways of not rhyming a fucking thing.
Had to put my motherfucking turban on. Outside your motherfucking suburban on.
What happened in the last 10 years or so that made Nick Cannon think this was the way to rap? Like, the whisper rap was the way to go. Because if you look back and listen to like Gigolo and Dime Piece and some of his earlier songs, he raps normally.
Protesting with AKs and guns. Our queens don't need your racism.
For the
Hey man, y'all comment down below, bro. Comment at least one of Nick's songs down below, bro. I'm gonna react to it. We're gonna check it out, see what it's talking about, man. See if he any better than this, bro. Cause this not it. That's not it.
life of me, I could not figure out what he was saying until I looked up the lyrics and realized he rhymed guns with racism, but he said racism to make it rhyme, and it's just, man, I wish Nick Cannon would stop fucking trying to rap.
This generation.
Hey, more race baiting, get used to that. Also, what does that even mean? How is one person an entire group of this generation, even though that group still exists in this generation? That's like me saying Nick Cannon's the bad rapper of this generation. Like, there's plenty of bad rappers out there, despite how much we all hate them. Also, Nick ignores the multiple collaborations and collaborative albums with people of the African-American descent, but nope, KKK.
Cause ain't no age for white race.
I would give anybody watching this right now $100 if they can lip read and see what the fuck Nick Cannon was saying during this scene.
Cause ain't no age for white race. I don't give a fuck, his ass was young. Can't let that slide, that's on my son.
Yeah, God forbid Nick Cannon said some fucked up shit when he was younger. I once thought Nick Cannon was one of the greatest actors of all time because of Drumline, and then I got older and realized that I was fucking stupid.
He's a rap star. Run, nigga, run. Stand in my ground. Fruit of Islam.
According to the Gospel Coalition for the Nation of Islam, a member of the Fruit of Islam is supposed to be respectful to all, regardless of color.
Read the ISIS paper, you racist. I see why you hate us.
Nick.
You heard what he said. You heard what he said, Nick. Regardless of color. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Bro, I need a new saying, bro. I don't know what I want to be yet. Let's get back to the video.
Cannon has literally brainwashed himself with this theoretical, opinionated book. Nick tells Eminem to read this book to see that he's racist, but this book's main point is that white people are subconsciously racist due to white supremacy. Therefore, he's always gonna be racist. Despite his actual racist comments, he's still gonna be racist no matter what.
Goddamn right, yeah, I'm on one.
Nick has spent a decent amount of bars referencing his Islamic faith, but then proceeds to casually drop God, which is an impermissible phrase in the Islamic faith and one of the worst things you can physically say in the religion.
Christopher Columbus, hip-hop wish
Going
you
against the
discovered.
code,
Nick does his best Yoda impression and says a sentence completely ass backwards. Hip-hop wish you discovered.
Just for Rosa and Coretta, Asada and Loretta.
What is going on here? Like, what is the point of this? Nick has become so
Bro, I said
enthralled
this in
with
my
this
last
race
video
issue
when I
that he
reacted
has
to the
forgotten
song.
why he's dissing Eminem in the first place.
History
It's
teacher,
because he
bro.
said he had no balls, in case you forgot.
Told your ma, told your
Black
ass you was
history,
a
man.
guest in our house. I'm trying to find out who the fuck let this pest in our house.
Lord Jamar also said that women in rap aren't real rap, which is super disrespectful to the queens of hip-hop, and it's literally
This year, that slippery Saint Nick won't expect that
sorry
I'm
for
finally
that.
catching Santa Claus tonight.
Buy a Google Pixel 4 phone and get a Nest Hub on us.
Come on, Crypt, bro.
half of the reason you're dissing Eminem for, so where's that Lord Jamar diss track at, man? Also, how many fucking interviews are there of you out there saying that Eminem is in your top 5, yet you're calling him a pest right here? Make up your mind, man.
I know you and Eminem have an interesting history, so I'm assuming you didn't listen to it.
I didn't. I haven't heard it.
Right.
But I still, Eminem's in my top 5.
My number 1, Pop, hands down.
Okay.
My number 2, Eminem.
Now, people may not remember, but I do recall you having a battle of sorts with the likes of one of the greatest wordsmiths / rappers known to man in Eminem.
Yep. You heard him. This is how you feel about us. We just gonna keep letting that ride?
Well, everybody else heard it 16 years ago, and you've been letting it ride since, so I don't see why you wouldn't let it go on a little bit more. Also, need I remind you, it was 30 years ago! Also, in the song, Eminem said black girls are bitches and black girls are dumb, and then Nick says, you heard what he says about us. So, is Nick admitting to being a girl right now?
Yeah, like a little bit.
Racist, I see why you hate us.
Black girls are bitches. Black girls are dumb.
This is the second pre-chorus and the third chorus, and Nick says more words in the pre-chorus than he does in his actual verses, and Eminem says more words than Nick can altogether.
Oh yeah, the hop and bob and all them other house Negroes that keep defending this motherfucker. Holla at me. I got some books you should read.
Nick says anybody supporting Eminem because he's white is now considered an Uncle Tom. And I know a lot of people who are not going to be happy about this one.
Oh, and Marshall, I tried to give you an invitation. Now the invitation's canceled.
In Eminem's defense, you didn't give him an actual date to come on the show, and you can't RSVP to something that doesn't have an actual date. Also, this reminds...
He wasn't gonna come on anyway, Nick. He is not paying you no attention, Nick. You out here rapping to yourself, making yourself look like a fool, and then your diss tracks ain't popping. So what you out here doing? You looking stupid, Nick. That's crazy.
Reminds me of this clip from South Park.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom.
Thank you guys so much for stopping by this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Guys, I really want this to be the last video on the Nick Cannon situation, okay? I'm getting very tired of it. Nick claims every single video on the situation, regardless if I barely use any audio, if I change the audio, anything. And I'm sure this video won't be any different. But the first two, like, they were not good diss tracks and everything, but they were still fun and lighthearted. This one just felt like pure hatred and evil, and like I just didn't like the vibe this one gave off. Nick casually threw around the word racism, and like when people do that, man, it just, you forget what racism actually is. I don't know, the whole thing just felt weird, and I hope that the whole situation is done with. But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys, and thank you for stopping by, and until next time, it has been your boy Crypt. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
Alright. Stop fucking. Crypt pointing out some real facts now, man. I wonder if his Wild 'N Out crowd's gonna go up, man. Now this going on. Y'all let me know, man. That's it for the video, man. If y'all new here and y'all still here to the end of the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Turn the post notifications so you don't miss out on another video. If y'all do that right now, please, it's right below the video. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to comment down below a Nick Cannon song that y'all want me to react to. It's your boy D-Food, aka Mrs., aka Sexy Chocolate, and I just reacted to another video for the team, man. I love y'all. Y'all stay tuning in, baby. I'm out.